Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you enjoy, I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. So today's video, I'm going to show you how I do my realistic everyday makeup. What made me want to do this video is I got a comment the other day from one of the subscribers. It was when I was doing the Christmas tree, and she's like, do you wear makeup every day, or, you know, just when you're filming? And no, I don't. So when she said that, I'm like, no, you know, I had just finished filming another video. That's why I had on a full face of makeup. But no, I absolutely don't. And when I do want to look or feel put together, or I go somewhere like the airport or my kids' school, this is typically how I look when I have 10 minutes to get out of the door. You know, I'm a mom. I'm a busy mom. You know, my kids are busy kids. They're very involved in activities and school and church and everything else, y'all. So I don't have that type of time typically. Now during the day when I'm filming for you guys and I'm taking my time, when I'm home alone, I can sort of spend that time, or when I'm going somewhere nice. But for the most part, I give myself about 10 minutes, and I really like my own skin to show through. And I feel like this type of makeup looks best on everyone when you just let your own face be the star of the show. So before I show you guys how I get this look, it is day 21 in Vlogmas. So let's unlock day 21 in our Sephora advent calendar. A little one right here. Oh, I don't have Radiant Nectar. So day 21, we got Clean Reserve Radiant Nectar. I don't think I've smelled this one before. It's in a roller ball. I know this may be more cost effective. I'm not sure, but I wish companies would just never use roller balls ever. Like, even if it's tiny like this and we only get a few sprays, I would rather a few sprays than a roller ball any day. That's just me. Okay, Clean Reserve definitely has a very distinct DNA. I have a couple of their fragrances, so now I see a theme. Smells good. It's fresh. It's a little sweeter than the other two I have. I like this. Let me find out I'm a fan of Clean Reserve. So we're going to jump right into the video. If you want to see how I got this realistic everyday makeup that I think looks good on everyone, then keep on watching. So I'm just going to go in with a moisturizer first, and then a serum. I know that might be kind of backwards, but this particular serum, which you guys have seen from me before, the Merit Serum, you can do before or after moisturizer. And because I like this to kind of be the star of the show with the look, trust me, I like this to be the star of the show with the look, so I put it on after the moisturizer. You do have to shake very well with this, because this is one, as it sits, you do see the separation from the actual facial oil that's in here and the water content that's in here. I always do 2 pumps in my hand. This is really the star of the show. And I really think the key to using this is letting it completely dry down. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes. With this look, I've noticed that the better my actual skin is doing, the better the look is. Because this look is about letting my own skin show through mostly, and only covering what I need to cover. So the better condition that my skin is in, the better it looks. I am going to go in with just a little bit of primer where I need it. I'm using the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer just in these areas where I can see open pores. For the complexion, I'm going to use the Merit Complexion Sticks. I use 2 colors. I use one that's my skin tone in the shade Amber, and then I do use one for the perimeter, like the contours of my face, that's like literally half a shade to 1 shade darker than my skin tone. I just want it to look like the natural contours in my face. Now with this particular product, it is one of those, it's a sort of semi-matte product. The texture of it reminds you of the new Fenty Eavesdrop stick foundation, well, skin tints in the stick, how it feels. So paired with this Merit Great Skin serum or facial oil serum. It works so well with this because this helps it to sort of glide on easier. Together, they just work so well. I've used this by itself before, and I've used it with the serum, and I like it so much better with the serum. So I'm taking amber, and it's just really about applying where I need it. Now with the next step, you can definitely use a brush, but I find that it melts into the skin so much better using my hands. Just make sure that your hands are clean. You don't want to add any additional bacteria to the skin. So if you do have hyperpigmentation in your skin, keep in mind that this may not, even though you can get full coverage, any full coverage product that you decide to use, keep in mind that depending on how dark your hyperpigmentation is, it may not 100% cover every single part of the blemish. A tiny bit still may show through, but that's fine because this is realistic. This is realistically how I go out. This is realistically how I would do my makeup and how I feel comfortable. Now, once I feel comfortable with the amount of coverage I have, I go in with those natural contours. So like I said, I'm using another Merit stick, about a half a shade to 1 shade darker. This one's in the shade Tiger Eye. And I'm just going to take this around the perimeters, like literally here, and just take it around. I'm also going to go on the sides of my nose. And if you want to, you can do your jawline area, but typically I don't. And taking my number 47 brush from Sephora, this is their foundation brush, well, one of them anyway, just to blend out the perimeter. At this point, I prefer to tap it. It's super creamy and it blends out really easily, especially on top of this serum. Prefer to tap it because if you start wiping it, you may start wiping anything off that you applied previously. So I'm just tapping so that everything can stay in place. I don't want to disturb any of the coverage. If I wasn't talking to you guys, I could probably do this look in about 5 to 7 minutes. Now, depending on how your under eyes look or how my under eyes look or how early in the morning it is, sometimes I want to put a little concealer under the eyes. Right now, I would feel comfortable just like this, a little powder on the contours and go. But I'm going to show you guys this step, and this literally takes me like an additional 1 minute or so. And I'm using the Haus Labs concealer because this is a very easy to blend concealer, number one, and it's medium coverage. So it's not like it's going to be adding a heavy look to the under eye. But with this, I like to go in with 1 layer. When I do a full bead or I want full coverage, I do 2 layers only in the inner corners. It's just about where I need it. I, typically have to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, especially in mornings if I have to go to the school for something or I need to run out and take care of some business right after they go to school. This is all the world is going to get from me. It's all I have time for. So I'm just going to take a little setting puff. And if you notice, I'm starting to blend the outer edge of the concealer first. That way it could fade and then I can maintain the most coverage where I need it. So boom, the complexion is pretty much done. I'm just gonna go in with the powder. That way, while I'm out, nothing gets disturbed and everything stays in place. So we're gonna use the Say powder. This is a very much undetectable powder. So I like to go in with some on my sponge, but then tap off the excess. That way everything's really smooth. And it also helps me to apply very minimal amount of that powder. It's set, but it's not heavy at all. I did this routine maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I went to LA. The flight was kind of early and I had to do my makeup really early, and this was the look that I did. And you guys, so many people complimented me on my skin, and you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, my skin has not been doing the best. So it's not my skin. Like even some of the flight attendants were like, wow, your skin is gorgeous. It's not my skin. It was literally this technique. It's very undetectable. I got so many compliments in the airport and on the plane to where that next day was a Magic Links event that I went to in LA. And the next morning when I had to go to the event, I actually filmed this look for you guys, and I lost my SD card on the way back. I was editing and lost the SD card in the airport. And so the look never went up, y'all, but I recorded it at the hotel room the next day because that's how many compliments I got. And this was it. So I'm doing the same thing right in the center of the forehead. Be sure to tap off the excess. That's the key. And if a little bit of hyperpigmentation still shows through, if you're somebody that doesn't have flawless skin, which a lot of us don't worry about it. It helps it to look natural. Nobody has just complete, perfect, flawless skin. It just helps look more natural, trust me. Now, if you can cover it without it looking, you know, overdone, do. But if a little bit shows through, don't worry about it. Still looks good. Ariell brow glue, we're gonna push those brows the opposite way, and that's really gonna help the product to get in between every hair. And then I'm gonna brush this straight up. This isn't about looking perfect or anything like that. You just want to brush this up. What this is doing is just adding a modern edge to the makeup. Perfectly imperfect type of thing. So if you want the top edges, you can sort of comb over, but for the most part, nothing perfect about the brows. Now, me personally, I don't even fill them in at this point because I don't have that type of time. This is typically what I do. I brush them up and I go. If I know I have an extra 5 minutes or so, I may fill in the tail or maybe the head of the brow for symmetry purposes. But for the most part, this is what I do. A little bit of my bronzer, fluffy brush, sweep that across the eyelids. You definitely want to do your mascara. That's what sort of pulls it together, and it does help you look a little bit more awake as well. So Fenty Hella Thick Mascara. And then sweep just a little bit on the bottom lashes. At this point, I usually put on my favorite lip balm or lip oil at the time. I really like these Hourglass, I think they're called balms, like these Hourglass lip balms. I have these in a few colors. These are really good. I like these. I prefer the orange one, but I do like the light pink one. Also, the YSL balms are really good. I like to put these on for those just running out the door days as well. And then also the Fenty Gloss in Fussy. That is like one of my new favorites. It's one of my go-tos. It's in my purse right now. But that's really stunning with just a no makeup look as well. It adds this sort of glow to the lip that's a little bit unique, even though it's super natural. And probably my all-time fave that I use up and repurchase is my NARS lip balm. My favorite color is Dolce Vita. This one is so good for African American skin tones. Love it. And the packaging, y'all, is just stunning. I wanted to put on Fussy, but we're gonna do this today. I'm back in it again, digging in it again. I need another one because I wear this one so much. I'm gonna get another one, so I'm just gonna pull this out. It feels so comfortable on the lip, and it's just a nice flush of color, and it looks great without a liner. Love this. Feels so yummy. This is the look. I'm just gonna take a clean puff just to press everything in. Lightly press everything in so you know there's no excess of anything. You guys, trust me, in the natural light, if it was daytime, it's like 10 o'clock at night and I'm trying to get you guys this video before midnight. But if it was daytime, you guys, I will go outside and show y'all. In natural light, the skin looks so great. And as y'all saw, y'all know I don't have perfect skin, but with this technique, and I think this is really the star of the show, it just makes the skin look so plushy and just so great. It lets your good skin show through, and we all have good skin, you know, because we're all working on it. I'm going to do the Caudalie. This is more like a finisher, but this is a beauty elixir, so you can use it for all of the above just to refresh your skin. You can put it on after skincare, or you can even spray it on top of makeup. But I got this during the Sephora sale, and I do like this. And especially in the mornings, it has like a spa type vibe to it, like that fresh spa feel to it. So especially in the mornings, it feels really good. And it's sort of that additional pick me up, wake me up, you know. So I really like that for the morning times. But y'all, this is it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below, let me know what are some of the go-to products that you use for your no makeup looks, or for those days when you know you only have a few minutes, you need to get out of the door, but you just want to look a little bit more put together. Everything I used today will be linked down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.
'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't